Welcome, welcome. Welcome again for the people in the stream. This is our first talk in this year. And we are very, very happy to have one special guest and family member, Hiba Salameh from Haifa. Before introducing you, I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Hiba Salameh, you are an artist in a big bracket. And to explain what the practices are that belong to you being an artist, you are a filmmaker, you are a DJ, a producer, a music composer as well. And I would say again artist because every year, every time I meet you, you tell me about new things you are doing. So that's why I'll stick to calling you an artist, because I'm still surprised about the input you bring in every year. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for sharing what happened in the past years and this year.
Habibi, thank you for having me.
So I said a lot about your work in the first sentence, but I would like to travel with you back in time, back in time, to go through the whole steps that led to you being here and us having the chance to hosting you. اليوم مجاملات
والله
45 minutes مجاملات non-stop. The first thing I knew about your work that started in Haifa, where you were born and raised, is a special bar you opened, and an institution, we can call it an institution, a safer space, a community space, and a space that people in Haifa used to visit that didn't have many spaces in the city where they can enjoy being together, where they can live their culture and their identity. And this bar was called the Scene Bar. Do you mind telling us a bit about the Scene Bar?
Wow, the Scene Bar. Okay. It's a happy period in my life that I think I still carry with me, like every time I go to any place, because the scene was somehow searching for identity and having something that we needed as a culture and as a community. I always wanted to have a place that can hold and let people enjoy a safe place, because I was there like a police and just watching everyone each move that it became a bit tiring for me. But the good side was that a lot of people got to DJ there for their first time. A lot of people who were students and now I see them in the streets, and they are like, the scene was like a place that we could be and meet people. And I know a lot of couples that met at the scene, but mainly it was for a community. Like our logo was the letter scene in Arabic, so it had like double meaning, as the scene as film, and seen as a letter from Arabic. And yeah, it held space for so many people.
And we missed the chance to visit Scene Bar. Bas, you said that you had to organize a space more or less for people to come together and enjoy community. Why do you think, or why would you say it is important and a question of survival to found such spaces or to organize such spaces? Because normally when you talk to people and tell them about spaces, most of them who are not aware about these kind of spaces tell you, why are you avoiding public spaces?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many spaces, you can be everywhere. why is it so important to dedicate spaces to a certain group of people?
I think being under occupation is like you start to like to find and to try to like have spaces that to create the spaces that you never like uh, had, because to come to the bar and to speak in Arabic, to come to hear Arabic music and all kinds, of course, and to come like to speak to an Palestinian owner in Arabic. I think it was a big thing because sometimes we avoid going out, not only back home, like everywhere. I think, and then you also meet people who can understand you, who can get your culture, who can just be accessible more like to you and who you are, and an identity that somehow we lost and we are trying to build and to search for. So I think that's why community is very important, and to create spaces when you are living in a place that is taking all your identity is very important.
So moving forward a bit with time, jumping around through time,
Yalla.
what you're currently doing is not very far from what you intended to do with the scene bar, but as opposed to telling people, I have my space, come visit me,
Mm-hmm.
you are visiting people in their spaces.
Yeah.
So you have been touring for the past 5-6 years through the
No,
whole
past يعني
6
3.
years, لا 10 years. She has
طيب
been
يلا.
touring for
Go.
10 years.
Go 10. I would
through
be
the
dead
whole
by now. بس okay.
10 خلاص 10 6 10
Yeah.
يعني the people who listen to this podcast in 4 years it will be 10. We're doing it for the future. عرفت علي كيف؟ No, so you have been touring through the whole world, visiting different clubs, mainly within the context of club culture, like in nightlife, but with the same intention of creating moments and creating spaces and creating collective situations that have the same intention of the scene bar and to allow people or to facilitate people to enjoy their culture and to celebrate their culture, while also promoting culture to people that weren't aware of this culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it for you a difference to be an artist in a space that you cannot organize from A to Z, as opposed to now being more or less having to deal with different spaces and with different crowds and with different amounts of awareness that people bring into these spaces?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been traveling around for the last few years, and for me it was crossing borders, and that I don't believe in. But I always wanted to share my culture with people, and I can see more and more people are aware of my culture and enjoying the culture and understanding it more, like as from the music. And for me is also the music is searching for an identity that I feel that I keep on searching this identity all the time, and feeling like I wanna search it, but I wanna also like get other identities, because I think we all changed through times and through years and through experience and through traveling and meeting people. So yeah, I think to bring it to the clubs, to bring Arabic music to the clubs, and bring all the all the the things that I like, that how you say, like, built my character since childhood, and to bring the music I was hearing through my childhood, to bring it to the club in a techno mix. It's like, it's a dream for me. It's a dream to share it, and to share it with the people that doesn't know the culture and the music, and the people who knows the culture, to feel nostalgic and to feel more connected, maybe. Because I think, um, a lot of people, I met lots of people in Berlin, let's say, through all the years, that they are from Syria, from all the Levant, and it was so meaningful for them, uh, to share music in the nightclub, and feel their culture and be proud of their culture. Um, I think this is the search for identity that we are all doing, uh, no matter where you come from, but and find it in the diaspora. It's like, for me, it's a dream, and for me, it's maybe this is what I wanted since maybe childhood.
Well, like, this is only the beginning. I'm telling you.
لا.
But talking about culture, and I do not want to question your dream, and feel free not to answer this question. But I also enjoy people promoting and celebrating Arab culture.
Mm-hmm.
But myself, coming from Beirut, know that this culture is not only to be celebrated.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things to be questioned from different points of view. And I'm enjoying the fact that going to clubs at the moment or visiting festivals at the moment is almost often linked to listening to Arab music, or meeting people that identify Arab singers. So if you play Fairuz somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
there are always people coming to you telling you, oh, no, this is Fairuz, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's somehow nice.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, we know that people like Fairuz, how they are living at the moment. And talking about creating spaces and collective experiences, do you think there is space within this promotion and within this enjoyment and within this celebration to reflect the other sides of our cultures within this space?
Yeah, I think you need lots of reflection to get to a place that you are proud of your culture, of where you come from, of the good and bad things in your culture. I'm sure, like, every culture has this, good and bad, but I think you need to really be self-aware and reflect so much, and always to be in a search, and yeah, to do all the time a search for identity, because now I'm very, very, very proud from where I came from, from where I come from, and I think I reflected a lot. But in order to reflect and to feel, I think sometimes you need to have lots of conversations with people, with your family, with people from different cultures, um, and after all, we come somehow from the same place, but not really. We're very different from, like, and also each person has their own identity and their own reflection and their own experience. So I guess when it comes to a place that you really know what is the good things and bad things in your from your that or in your culture, they are, you need to really reflect and talk a lot about, like, I have lots of conversations with my family, about bad things in our culture, But when you are self-aware and you know your core, I think you get to a place that you're proud of your culture. Did I answer the question?
In your way, yes. Every time. um, Another question tackles more or less the economic side of celebrating culture, because people like you are producing also music and tracks that combine cultural traditions with contemporary electronic music.
Mhm.
And a lot of this music is downloadable or buyable and so on and so forth. So now you have also people that are not rooted in this culture or that do not relate to this culture. Also using practically the products of your reflection and your long way just to jump on a hype or a trend. Arabic music in clubs is now also something that is cool. So every person that plays electronic music should at least once during the night افقش.
Yeah, Omar Diab, yeah.
Omar Diab.
Yes.
And that's something that always accompanies promotion and celebration, that you have other people taking over and profiting from your struggle. Like, for example, we struggled to invent hummus, and there are a lot of people profiting from hummus. How would you say that, for example, having done this work, you agree with it being taken over by anyone for the sake of more visibility, or have you reached a point where you start thinking about how to make it available and to whom?
Well, everyone is free, as an artist, I believe you can take whatever music from whatever you want and mix it and enjoy it and make people enjoy it with you. I don't think because now it's trendy, like it's offending me that they are like on the no. I love that actually. I love like hearing DJs, like great DJs playing some Arabic tracks. It means a lot to me. I enjoyed this, like, to be honest. But for me, like, yeah, why not? Like, no, really. Like, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and I think when it comes from a real place, it can affect people. And for someone to be in the diaspora and really hear DJs playing like a song that they can and like feel good with it's, for me it's good, and I absolutely like it.
طيب, okay. Talking about making people have a good time and making people happy, and you seem to like people being happy. You as a producer, as a person that produces these tracks, and I'm trying to find your approach. You most of the time sit between two decisions: making people happy with the result that you're working on, with the track you are working on, or expressing yourself, whether it's happy or not. Is there a balance in your work as a producer when you produce tracks between producing a result that will make people enjoy their time in the club and expressing what you want to tell or the story you want to tell in the club?
I think through the years I got to a point that I need to be happy to make people happy, but somehow like I got like I got to read the crowd, and I got to understand, okay, now I can drop this or I can drop that. But always my intention and what I really want is to make my voice come through this thing. Um, and I think it took me a while. It took me a while to understand what is my approach and how I want to approach music and approach the revolution and make a resistance music, and also like a music that can make you happy and nostalgic and to keep the groove. And so somehow it took me a while to get to a place that, okay, I have something to say. I'm here not just to make people happy. People can be happy, but I need to be smart to get always what I wanna, like my message. I needed to get through the music and through the voice I have, through technology and through the tools I have. So so it took me a while, really, because after all, I jump between genres and I jump between worlds. Like for example, like I every time I travel somewhere, like I fall in love with the track. So instead of keeping the track, I try to make something with it to let people hear it, because after all, the borders thing is a very sensitive side, and thing that I struggle with, because for example, I can't visit you in Lebanon, but I have family in Lebanon, and I love the culture, and it's after all, we are very similar. So for me to jump between cultures is a very hard thing to do through these tools that I have. Uh, so I think it was a hard thing between making big parties going on and putting my messages and the way I want to tell, what I want to like to say my message, my yeah.
طيب, another question that is somehow also um, not tricky, but
Yalla.
a bit tricky. No, but I was wondering, because when I had the chance to meet you 20 years ago, when you
Mhm.
started touring,
Yes. So 20.
when I met you, there was, for me, it was the one of the first experiences in Germany to listen to a DJ that really goes deep into Arabic music with all its traditions, and it somehow made me, or gave me, how do you say, the courage
Mhm.
to play Arabic music in
Wallah.
public spaces. So when I saw you performing, and I noticed that you can be the person telling your story without, um, without hesitating, it encouraged me to try it out. And the tricky question, so that was the compliment and the
Mhm.
thank you. Now the tricky question: do you see yourself in, while you're touring, as an individual artist using your own voice to tell your own story, or do you sometimes have the feeling that you are representing a collective, or that you are there to represent the voice of sorry, das passiert manchmal, aber das
It's nice,
kriegen wir so.
actually. I like it.
That was the tricky question.
Oh.
Allah jazena. Allah jazena. Eh. La, we'll carry on because we will only put
Yalla.
the audio online.
Mhm.
Yes, so the tricky question. Do you sometimes feel, as a person with a certain identity,
Mhm.
touring around the world, that you are representing a group of people, or that you are representing a collective voice, or do you really feel like an individual artist talking for or out of the position of an individual artist?
It's tricky because I never wanted to represent anyone but me, because I am a whole person and a whole personality. وجودك. Like I am a whole person who has their own experiences and my own things, but I guess I came to a position that people are getting to know more cultural things through the music and through like personal meetings, you know. After every gig, I try to talk with people and to meet new people, and you became this person who's coming from Palestine, and you know, the thing is, people are longing for Palestine. A lot of people can't enter Palestine, and it became a thing that I yes, I represent. And as an artist, I think I got to a point that it's fine. Like it's fine to represent. Like after all, I have my own thing, my own experience. But you get to a place that people look for an artist. Like you look for something that maybe I didn't know if I wanted to be this person. But after all, this is my truth, because I always wanted to speak for my people and to speak for my culture. So I guess yeah.
What you didn't know is that I asked this tricky question to come to a point.
Yalla.
Now, apart from you being a producer and a DJ and a filmmaker, we didn't talk a lot about filmmaking, but we can do so if you want. But you are now engaging in a project that you'll be starting working on soon, that tackles or that you described as a listening journey.
Yes.
Where you will go through a whole or a big time frame on and focus on Palestinian music. Would you like to share some info about the research or about what you're working on in this context?
Yeah. It's I'm very excited about it, because I'm a person who mixes music more than, or I shoot films, and I know how to handle budget and to know, you know, script.
Handle budget. If you know how to handle budget.
وينه أعطونا مصاري. Yeah, so I'm very excited because I think I really want to research something that was a bit lost. The project is actually about, I want to bring the Palestinian history through music, but through like storytelling actually, and listening journey. We'll bring the story of the history through the music and the artists, through all over Palestine, from the 30s till today, and you can see the impact that happened from the music and through the music. So for me, it's very exciting because I'm already researching, and it's already like I'm finding beautiful and sad things about the music history actually, because a lot of tracks and songs were archived and stolen and deleted from existence. So I'm getting to know more and more artists that I never heard of. That they are from West Bank, they are from Jaffa, they are from Nazareth, they are from Ramallah, they are from Gaza. Like it's for me, it's unexciting, but I think I'm a bit struggling with a lot of information that I'm getting, and to research something like this, I think it's a journey for me, for my growth, and I hope for in the future for a lot of people to know. Yeah.
And I hope we will have the chance to present this project here.
Inshallah.
A bit more than inshallah. A
I'm
bit more
always
than
like,
inshallah.
like I have a house here, so it's
And talking about researching and having access to information, having access to storytelling, to history, and so on and so forth. One point that interested me when you were telling me about this project is: are these information accessible? Now you are onboarding on a project, so you have an intention, and you are doing you are putting a lot of work into finding these pieces of the whole puzzle.
yeah.
But if you weren't, is this information, or are these cultural assets accessible for people, or are they hidden?
Yani, I believe that if you want something to be accessible, you can, you can just go and search and look for it. But I think a lot of information and a lot of yeah, a lot of information were like just hidden by lots of
Bye bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yes. So I think it's you can get there and you can have the intention. You can always search through history, but our history is, it's complicated also. But maybe it's not accessible like, I don't know, just to go through other cultures and finding like history of this culture. Because also like a lot of, they changed the history, you know. But I think more and more people are working on making this information very, very, very like accessible and for the next generation, I hope. Yeah.
And when you start working either on a film or on a new music production or on this kind of project, you once described moments of sadness, of happiness, of excitement, and of surprise that all come together at once. How much time and space do you have for yourself while preparing your DJ sets, or reflecting on a club night, or listening to your own track, to really see what is happening during the process and heal from the sad part and enjoy the good part and the happy part? And do you see, or do you take your space, or do you have space to reflect all of these things happening simultaneously?
It depends where I am physically, and it depends where I'm at emotionally. I guess like when I'm touring, it's a very tricky question. You can, like, people around me can answer this. I'm very challenged sometimes because traveling is hard, and sometimes like you need just to understand what happened in the gig because you have a gig the day after. So sometimes it's hard to understand, but I guess when emotionally I'm in a sad place and I need to prepare for a set that it's gonna be like raving and want to make people happy, I guess maybe I learned it through the years, but I put the sadness in the happiness somehow. Like I mix it together. And I guess this is what I have in my sets. You can hear the sadness because we're not happy all the time, and we're complicated. And I think I love my job because I really express myself. If I was like just playing music just to play music, I wouldn't enjoy it, not for even 1 second. So I guess because I can bring this sad part and this happy part, and this is the revolutionary part, I can like really mix it together, and you can always hear in my sets all this Yeah, so I sometimes, yeah, I reflect on that, like how I will bring the sadness, and mix it with happiness and make it like a mix that can let you go through journey.
طيب, and I have two more childish questions.
Okay.
I was wondering, now you are almost 20,
Right.
and there was a time in your life where you stood on the other side of the DJ booth and you were perceiving club culture, you were listening to music, you were seeing DJs perform, and so on and so forth. Now you change the sides. Can you imagine how you would perceive yourself now if you were the same person 10 years ago, standing on the other side watching Hiba Salameh perform? What would the things be that you would see?
Wow, what a question. What should I answer? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just
لا,
لا, really, I don't know.
This question I have been preparing for 1 week. I want an answer.
Wow. I think I had a vision. I had a vision when I was in the other side. Like I was watching DJs and I was traveling also a lot. I remember first time I went to Berlin, I was like, wow, okay, this is what I want to maybe do. But I think I had this vision that I wanted to hear not only techno in the club, because it makes me just wonder all the time, like just be, I wanted a soul, and I was looking for a soul in DJ sets. And of course, I can find it in a lot of DJs and artists that inspires me. But I think I had, like, I love today how I can express myself, because I would like then to see a DJ that can really express. And of course, I was looking up for DJs, and I was enjoying DJs, but I think I got to a point that really my vision was to really get to where, yeah, I would be happy if I was like young Hiba there and just watching myself now. I would be happy. Yeah. I would enjoy it. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Now I have another question. It's more complicated.
Allahu Akbar.
No. La. I have a question related to your research project, but this question is as childish as the other one.
Okay.
Okay? So, you told me you're starting somewhere in the 30s. يعني you're researching almost 100 years of music.
Yeah.
تمسكي.
طيب.
This young Hiba, in 100 years,
wow,
she will be researching from 2024 till 2124.
Okay.
What would you like to leave this person when she finds out about you in 100 years?
Oh, hello. Wow. I guess I think to find truth in history, and to find lost information, and lost beautiful music that was taken from us, and to find it and to listen to it, and not just because of history, just to be a better person, and to be aware of other people's suffering, and to know like the impact of music, and the impact of a loss of maybe home and family, and somehow a pain of a whole people, and like a whole Wow, I'm touched. But yeah, I hope the truth will be there always.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
طيب, now this tricky question took us to another. But you said sad and happy. We go there, we go there. It's all okay.
صح, it's
So
fine.
we are allowed to be sad. We're allowed to be happy. Now, coming back from this childish trip of mine, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about these childish questions, but it was okay.
It's okay. Go.
One last question that I have for tonight is based on career is the wrong word, but you have collected so many experiences in so many different fields, in music production, filmmaking, and so on and so forth, and in political work, social work, and so on and so forth. Is there a time, or is there something you are planning to do in the near future that somehow combines all of this, especially like this film making part of you and the music making part of you and the DJing or performing part of you?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that will at one point bring this all together?
Yes. I really want to get into researching music in like an academic way that I can really have the tools to have it, to do it. And I would love to compose for films also. Like my dream is actually to make some sound gallery that you can experience visual and sound. And I guess like now I struggle doing this, but I really want to do this. And I think it can be combined with a research that I really want to do in the future about sound. And yeah, I like this is what I really want in the future. Like I would love to be DJing till, I don't know, the age of 80.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum. Why not? Why not just enjoy it? But I would love to have this academy side of me, and yeah, to bring it to galleries. This is the real dream.
يلا galleries listening to us.
Yeah.
Call 911. لا مش 911. Yeah, thanks a lot for being here again and
you.
for joining us for this talk. And last time I told you so, and I'm gonna say it every time, that I hope you visit us again soon, and we can catch up again soon.
Inshallah.
And but before starting the DJ set, I sneaked into your preparation today without hearing a thing because you had your earphones.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask you like a very simple, super radio basic question regarding your set.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare DJ set when you know I'm gonna play this space today? I know these people will be there. I know this is the output. What are the things that go through your mind while putting a set together?
Yeah, it depends where I'm going and what is the vibe that I wanna give. But somehow it depends really on the space and on people. But sometimes like I go more raving, and sometimes I go more like a bit chill. I love both sides, by the way, but I think it depends really on my emotional side also, because I always like to bring something new. If not, I will get bored and not continue doing this all the time. And I listen to a lot of music. And sometimes I just like to mix stuff according to my emotional side, or how I wanna approach the space. Yeah.
So thank you. We are very, very excited. I hope you all are also excited. And we'll take a very short break of 5 minutes until we end up this talk and you just feel comfortable here. And then we'll carry on with a DJ set of yours. We're very much looking forward. Thank you again.
Shukran. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you, Amjad. Thank you for having me.